Well, hello. I want to make this video for all my family, friends, and colleagues, both old and new. Here is what just happened. 2 weeks ago, on Thursday, May the 14th of 2020, I had a small tumor removed from my brain by a neurosurgeon at Long Beach Memorial Hospital, who, as I see it, saved my life. I'm not kidding. I'm now back home, recovering just fine, back here in quarantine. Yes, here and now, in this time of global pandemic, life decided to throw a massive curveball my way. But you know what? It's all okay. I'm through the worst of it. I feel healthy, I feel happy and hopeful, more so, in fact, than I've ever felt before. I have a new lease on life, and I plan to speak about it now for several more minutes in this video, if you can bear to listen to me ramble on and on. I invite you to listen to my story or not. It is up to you, but here I go with it regardless. Before I get to what happened 2 weeks ago, I want to give everybody some background information regarding my physical health. Let's first rewind the clock to about 2 years ago. In Long Beach, I had a fall on the sidewalk outside our apartment at the time, in which I fractured my ankle and had to walk with a crutch for a couple weeks. Ultimately, I recovered just fine. Fast forward now to about 1 year ago. I had a second fall inside our apartment this time, in which I stood up too fast from the couch, felt lightheaded, fainted, fell first, face to the floor, and broke my nose. So that happened. Again, I went to urgent care. My dear fiance Martin helped me through it all, and again, I ultimately recovered just fine. My nose reset, things got back to normal. Fast forward now to just a month or two ago, I had a third fall inside our new house here in North Long Beach, in which I woke up one morning, again felt dizzy due to dehydration and overheating. I fainted, fell face first into a lovely piece of pottery that was on the floor, busted up my chin and the pottery, and also bit my tongue and cheek quite horribly. However, again, I ultimately recovered just fine. Now, fast forward to Thursday, May 14th, 2020, the day which began, or actually ended this whole thing. Here, in our back art studio, I actually fell, had a seizure, in which Martin found me, called 911, and he was able to get the ambulance here in perfect time. It was not until much later that night, when I woke up in the ICU of the hospital, that the doctor and team of nurses came in and told me what just happened. The neurosurgeon had removed a tumor from between my brain and skull on the right side of my head, right here. He said on a scale of 1 to 4, with 1 being the smallest, least aggressive tumor, and 4 being the biggest and worst, mine was only a 1, thank God. More good news was he was able to remove the entire tumor. If you can bear to look at it, I have about a dozen staples running up beside my ear right here, which come out this Tuesday. Then, this Wednesday, if all goes according to plan, I'll find out the results of the biopsy test. Worst case scenario, they say there's a potential the tumor may grow back in a cancerous fashion, in which case I would need radiation treatment or potentially chemo. I do not think it will come to that, as now, but I will, of course, keep everyone posted through these videos. I want to add, the hospital staff was incredibly professional during this time of coronavirus, always with masks and social distancing policies. My nurses were amazing. Always on the ball, always on top of their game. They really did a tremendous job helping me. And so far as I know, I want to say I was not tested for COVID at the hospital, but I want to say I do not now, nor have I ever had, knock on wood, the symptoms. So to recap, these past few years, I had been explaining away my series of falls as the results of things like overheating, dehydration, lightheadedness, and maybe or maybe not, low blood sugar. I had no clue 0% idea that I had a tumor the size of a small pea or marble growing here on my brain for who the hell knows how many years. And for those of you, my friends and family, who know me and know me well, you all know that I have struggled with depression and anxiety since I was a kid. I've always spoken openly about it, and I will continue to do so. In conclusion, I'm a new man. I feel grateful to be alive right now, more so than ever before. And I admit this may be strange for some people to hear, especially some people that might have known the old me. Moving forward, however, people are going to be having to deal with this new me. This is this Craig 2.0, which is the updated, rebooted version technology, just like every iPhone goes through. All a change for the better. By the way, this is not a joke. If there's any naysayers or doubters out there, I am not kidding about this in any way. I'm merely intending to speak my truth to the best of my ability, and also help people as much as I can by telling my truth and speaking my story. In future videos on this channel, I plan to do more public speaking on the ramifications of all this. But for now, to my family and friends, stay healthy, stay happy, and stay hopeful. Good night.